Kibbutz Be'eri, once a peaceful paradise. Now, a small community in ruins, notorious for the atrocities committed by Hamas terrorists.
I've been in here in 7 October. My name is Ariel Oseran. I'm 30 years old. For many decades, we've been here in the front line, mainly for a peace first purpose, to be in here together. This what was our willing, but at the end, they didn't want it. What they did want, and this is what I'm going to tell you now, it's what actually happened in the reality that I see in my own eyes.
Ol is the son of the former regional council head, Chaim Yelin. Like all the survivors of the October 7th attacks, he was evacuated to a hotel. But he's back to guide foreign journalists who came to the kibbutz. And on that horrific day, Ol was hiding in the safe room, along with his wife, his parents, and their 2 dogs.
If you want afterwards, we can go and I can show you the stories inside the shelters when they kill, torture, and did things that they are undescribable to the humanity in civilians, regular people. And I tell you that I'm privileged regarding I'm lost 3 of my cousins and I'm privileged. This community, they are a Holocaust survivor. This is what we feel.
Walking through the small pathways of the kibbutz feels like entering a war zone. Small and quaint homes bombarded or destroyed. Children's toys lying around well-maintained lawns of grass ripped up by the tracks of an armored vehicle, perhaps a tank. The smell of death fills the air. This is just one of hundreds of homes that remain either completely demolished or burned to the ground after the October 7th rampage. Kibbutz Be'eri is the biggest kibbutz in the area. Until October 7th, there were 1,200 residents. Now, following the attack, 130 were killed and an unknown number are missing. And the kibbutz is left with lines and lines of homes just like these homes over here that are a sad monument to the vibrant life that used to be here. Ol walks us through the destroyed home of the Bachar family, who, like many households in Be'eri, suffered a devastating tragedy.
What they did in here, they break the door, you can see it, and then they burn all the house. When they burn the house, they open the gas, they put inside a tire to make a flame, and they hope that the people will run away and they can catch them. What is actually happened that the people didn't, and they hide in the shelter. Let's get inside and I will show you what happened in the shelter.
Then he takes us to the safe room, where the Bachars, 2 parents, a boy and a girl, were hiding. They put wet towels on the floor to keep the smoke from entering, as a group of 5 or 6 terrorists broke into the house and began shooting at the safe room.
And you see all of this blood? At 12 years old, what she needed to protect her family. And 12 years old, put a tourniquet in each one of them that she don't have a tourniquet. She need to immobilize, to take something to stop the bleeding.
So what happened to the Bachar family here?
So Carmel, 15 years old, he murdered by the terrorists of ISIS and Hamas. Dana Bachar, bless her memory, died as well, murdered by the terrorists of ISIS and Hamas. Avida Bachar, the father, he lost his leg and he injured badly. And Adar Bachar, that she's the 12 years old, she injured as well, but she saved her father at 12 years old.
Outside the house, Ol tells us about his own experience in the shelter, when he and his wife thought that this was their end, too.
She told me, oh, if they're coming for us, you have just a kitchen knife? Please kill me before. And you know what I will say to her? Yes, because I know what they aim to what they aim to do. To torture, maybe they will rape her, and after it they will tear her apart and then kill her. This is the reality. And if we're not going to face with the reality, or the world will not face with the reality, it will come back to everyone in the world. That's it.
Like many of the residents of these devastated border communities, Ol says he hopes to one day return to Be'eri, but only after a clear and decisive victory over Hamas. As long as there is still a threat from Gaza, they will not return, he says. But not all of Be'eri was destroyed that day. Just 9 days after Hamas's horrific attack, the local printing factory, which emerged unscathed, was up and running again, even as bodies were still being pulled out from the destroyed homes.
So, actually, this is amazing. The CEO, Ben, my friend, his mother also murdered. And this is the biggest print factory in the Middle East, not just in Israel. And let's say that it's not for profit what we're doing now, it's to serve the community. And yes, this is establishment and a statement that we're going to move on if you're going to help us. And we will do whatever we can to do it.
On that cursed day of October 7th, hell opened its mouth and swallowed Be'eri and the nearby kibbutzim. And despite 50 of its residents still unaccounted for, the rest of the survivors, who have temporarily relocated as a community to the Dead Sea, are starting to pick up the pieces. A much-needed sign of resilience in a place that suffered so much pain and devastation.